You can talk now.
It's rude to talk with your mouth. Hi everyone, happy International Samosa Day. So, as I'm just eating a afternoon tea, I don't know, but I'm going to show you two different samosas. So the first one is more of a traditional samosa, and the second one is this one that I'm eating now, and it's a twist on a sort of family dish that I've done. I don't think anybody's ever put it in a samosa before.
Hi everyone.
I've got Ben here with me too.
Hello. Fresh back from my Spiceology tour in India, which was fun. But I'll tell you a little bit about that later.
Okay, I'll keep eating that. Okay.
I'm going to have it. Oh,
So,
very nice.
in my fry pan, yeah, you like that one? I'm just going to put a little bit of oil.
Oh, now we had some audio issues before, so if you can hear us, please say something.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know you can hear us.
Yay, I can
We're
hear
good?
you.
Yay, excellent.
Okay.
Give us a crack.
So about a good tablespoon of oil. I'm using rice bran oil, just as long as the oil can get to a high enough temperature. You could use ghee, which is what they would use traditionally in India. Have I got crumbs on my face?
No.
Okay, so...
Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you for letting us know. We're good. Yay! Hey,
if you don't have ghee, don't go and buy it unless you're going to use it a lot, because essentially you can just use oil. So, some onion, finely diced onion, probably a good half cup. If you're not keen on onion, use a little bit less. It's really just a really good carrier. If you really hate onion, leave it out. Some people are allergic to onion, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's like you with bananas.
I'm allergic to bananas.
So we just want to saute that onion on a medium heat, just till it starts to get brown and crisp and translucent, see-through.
There you go.
Alright, I'll keep going.
So I've been in India for a week on my Spiceology tour.
Not me.
Not you.
I would have died.
Yes, and it was very interesting. I don't know who's been to faraway places, but India's a long way from down this end of the world, so yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
It took you like a day to get there, right?
It takes you a day to get there.
Two flights?
Yeah. So flew
to Singapore.
Yeah, but then we flew into New Delhi. So New Delhi was the first stop, which was very interesting. And then off to what used to be called Bangalore, but is now called Bengaluru. So they changed over the name in 2011 to Bengaluru. So you go there and there's all sorts of signs saying Bangalore.
That almost sounds like an Australian place. Bengaluru?
Yeah.
Like Uluru, I'm thinking of Uluru,
yeah,
how they changed that.
No, so Bengaluru, so that was fun, and it was very eye-opening. I'm not sure if people saw my Facebook Live from the Taj Mahal, which was a little bit scary, because what they don't tell you when you go to the Taj Mahal, apart from the fact I drove 4.5 hours to get there in night time, is that you're not allowed to take video. So they don't actually tell you that outright. You're supposed to...
Just the men with the big guns look at you when you're talking to your phone.
I started doing the video and my guide said, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that because the guys with the machine guns will have issues. So there you go. If you go to the Taj Mahal, which was very good, just be careful of the guys with machine guns. But apart from that, it's fine. Yeah, it was $20 to get in. Easy.
Nice.
Anyway, carry on.
Alright, so in here I'm also going to do a good teaspoon of minced garlic, because we love garlic. And I didn't bother chopping it up, I've just used the jar stuff. But you could chop up your own garlic. And I just want to stir that around. And now the spices or herbs and spices I am using today for this recipe, I'm going to use Garam Masala, which although it does have turmeric in it, I want to add some more turmeric as well, just mainly for the colour.
So with the turmeric, so you can see that that's quite yellow. When I was at the, I'm going to get the name right, one of the spice, I can't remember the name of the spice market, but Kalaboli is what it was, but I'm probably saying that all wrong. Went to the Kalaboli spice market, so it's the world's largest wholesale spice market. So you don't go there to buy a little packet of spices.
You go there to buy a sack.
Oh, like, yeah. So not only just a sack, there was people going by and they had, you know, it was huge. And one of the things that really struck me, because even though we're in the game, was the turmeric root. So obviously what we saw before and what we see the Mrs Rogers Turmeric is you know, a powder which comes from this. Now I'm going to go into the camera and show you this. So it sort of looks like if you can see that, it sort of looks like dry coral almost. It's quite hard and not brittle.
Well, our 8-year-old son just came and picked it up and said it looks like coral poo.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's and although it looks quite light, it's because it's been dried. Now if we get
can you sort of tilt your hand a little bit, or hold one piece out?
I'll hold one piece out. Does that work?
Because that might be easier just for people to see. We could just see your hand. The light's not very good there, you see. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So there you go. So, but if you grate it, so let's get a bit of grating action. Can I do that without hurting myself? We'll see how that goes.
Probably not.
Oh, crikey.
It has.
Really? If you can. That was useless.
Yeah, he's not very good at that.
Yeah, it was terrible at that. So if you grate it, you can actually see the
colour.
Really, the rich turmeric colour coming out.
We should hang on. I should do it on a white.
There you go. How's your garlic going? Your things over there, all right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. What's my finger all yellow? So that's what it looks like. And there was piles of this stuff. It was really amazing. Yeah, so that's raw turmeric. You couldn't get any. That's obviously what we're using in the Mrs Rogers. So there you go. There's some grated turmeric. Probably won't be able to see it on screen, but
see that.
There you go. So
you can see it's obviously yellow.
It's obviously
and a
yellow.
lot yellower than the root.
Yeah. So it was very, very impressive. Sorry. It smells like turmeric.
Smells like turmeric. Funny that. Okay, so I've got a good cup of. Now I'm using Kumara. I know it's expensive at the moment, but you don't actually have to use a lot. However, you could use pumpkin, you could use potato. Use last night's leftover mashed potato. Really, all you need is around about a cup. And I'm just going to scrape all this flavour down.
So let us know your favourite Indian food. I'm not sure, obviously going there was a little bit tricky to, you don't go over there and have what you'd order down the road. So you don't have a C5 and a B12 or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just going
B12, that's a very good vitamin.
It is. I had no idea what to order. But what is your favourite Indian food? Let us know. We might do a recipe.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
You can really see the turmeric coming through.
Yeah, so look at the turmeric, that colour. So I'm also going to, just more for colour.
So Sue is saying she loves samosas for pre-dinner nibbles. Yeah.
Pre-dinner nibbles.
Pre-dinner nibbles, yeah.
You're still jet lagged.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to throw in some frozen peas. Frozen. I haven't even bothered thawing them because they're going to be cooked and everything.
Yeah.
So that's my...
Now Sue, we're going to challenge you to not, I'm not sure whether you make the samosas yourself or whether you buy the pre-done ones in the supermarket, but you probably look like the kind of person who probably make it yourself, but try this one, try this recipe and have it a go. And he loves pakora. There you go. Fantastic.
Nice.
Yum. Yum.
So, now with your mash, I actually like my mash quite chunky. So I've mashed it, but I haven't like pureed it.
Yep.
If you prefer it.
All over me.
Oh,
Sorry,
lucky.
Karen.
You have lovely complexion.
Come to do my head. Nice.
So as you can see, it's mashed, but it's a little bit chunky. Now this is my Kiwiana one. Well, I think it's a Kiwiana. I don't know. I like it.
Sort of invented it.
Kind of invented it. Sort of. Maybe. I don't think anybody's ever put it in a samosa. Put it that way. So I've got some crushed pineapple with a little bit of the juice, not too much because I don't want sloppy fillings. A couple of good tablespoons there, and I've got a good tablespoon. Now I'm using Parmesan cheese, but you could use any cheese that you wanted. I just kind of had that one in my fridge and thought, yep, easy done. But a good tasty cheese or anything like that would be great. Now in this one, I'm going to use...
If I was doing it, I'd just put cheese in it. Can you do that?
You
put cheese in it.
Puff.
Yeah, it's not a samosa, it's just a cheese puff.
Cheese puff.
Awesome.
But
so
yeah,
this is the Kiwi roast blend. So you don't have to use, even though it's called a Kiwi roast blend, you don't have to use it in a Kiwi roast. You could use it in a samosa.
You could. And I know the Kiwi roast does have some pepper in it, but with this mixture and the cheese now, I like that fraction more. So I'm just using some black pepper. So that's our two fillings.
And they look quite different, obviously, with the turmeric and
They do. Now you could do whatever you want. You could do, I was thinking with the kumara, you could even, like this is a sweet one, but you could do like a full-on, like, dessert samosa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I reckon you could.
So tell us what your favourite Indian food is if you're listening.
Okay, so then we've got our two fillings. Now, this is a trick. When you're working with, I'm using puff pastry. When you're working with any pastry, put a damp tea towel over, a clean one obviously, over your pastry and it will stop it from drying out. Also really good for when you're making fairy bread.
I like eating fairy bread.
No, when you're making it. When you're making it.
That's the best thing about kids' parties is when you just like
go to fairy
like sneak over. I'm just gonna get this for the kids.
You got to
get fairy bread. The kids get one piece and you get 4.
You have to get there before the kids are there and sneezing and snotting.
Yeah, sneezing and snotting.
So
fairy bread. Not so good.
You pull out one sheet at a time and put the rest down, and it won't, you know, dry out. So I've cut my square sheet. Now, if you cut it into just quarters, so 4 triangles, that will give you this big size here is from the big size triangle, and this little triangle is the little triangle here. So, now I just want...
My mouth is watering.
Your mouth is watering?
Yeah. Can we eat that soon?
You can eat one while you're talking if you like, yeah.
Right.
What flavour would you like?
I don't know which one. Oh, now there's a trick here. You were going to tell me which flavours are which because of...
My trick?
Yes.
Yes. I've just got to remember. Now that one is the traditional one. While
Kirsty's making it, I'm just going to taste test it just to see what it's like.
So I'm doing a big size triangle. And you could even get the kids involved in this. And what you want to do is fill it.
Sorry, that was my happy food dance.
And song.
And song.
Happy food triumph. So fill it about half. I'm not sure if you can see all of this here. So I've filled it to half.
So we've got a princess coming through the camera shot.
Yes, Princess Holly.
Would you like to try some of that? This is a family affair at Mrs Rogers. Holly's going to try a little bit of the...
She didn't want to.
No,
she's not.
She's closed her mouth. Okay. More for me.
I was going to say, don't waste it.
More for me.
Okay. So, now, sticky fingers. Yeah, I got sticky fingers. So, with this one, I'm using the edge of the fork and I'm going to push it down.
So your trick here is...
Can I do some?
Yeah, sure. You can do the other side, okay? Let me make sure I haven't got too much filling in.
So the trick is with this one, if you're using the edge of the fork, you know that this is the traditional one. And then, for our next one, what you do is you flick it round and use the other end. So, you know, it's like in pies, when you look at a pie, you've got the 3 dashes, which means mince and cheese, and 2 dashes, which whatever it is. We are sort of making pies, yes.
We're making Indian pies. Here we go. Can you help me push with the fork? Okay. Push. Are you going to eat this one, Holly?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. Well done. So you're pushing it down. So it's good to get kids involved in the kitchen. And they're not under your feet. That's all right.
They're more likely to eat the food if you do.
Oh yeah, it's a very good trick.
Okay.
So then we've got one.
So we've got one there. I should move this over here. Now guys, also just a money saving tip. Reuse your baking paper. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You want to do a different one?
Yeah.
We'll do another flavour. We'll do the other flavour. Now at this stage, if you've made enough for what you want to eat, you could freeze the rest of them. Just make sure you
Hello, Jono.
stick it in a bag. Hi, Jono. Stick it in a bag, wrap it up, and make sure it doesn't get dried out. I've got it really itchy there. Sorry, everybody. So again, with the little one,
fold that over.
I'm going to fold that over.
So you're going to do your trick. So using the other side, you can see that very well. Using the other side of the fork. So we've got a different pattern that's on there.
So
and that will show you
different sorts.
Yeah.
See, I've just got some.
Looking out. That's all right.
We don't need to sing the thunder song today.
No.
I like thunder.
I know you like the thunder song.
There we go. And let's pop that together. So it's really easy. I mean, even I could do this.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's good.
Okay, you can do the next one.
Can I?
Well, let's just finish with that one. We'll pop it in the tray and then we can just talk about what you've got to do with it next.
You want to have your oven preheated to about 200. I've actually got a pizza setting on my oven and that's what I'm using. I've got an egg here that I've beaten and just put about a tablespoon, just a splash of water in, just so that it's not really bleh.
Let me see what.
And you just paint it.
Painting it on.
Quite liberally.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it nice and brown and crispy on the top.
See, I'm not being like that BBC guy and throwing the child away.
And I'm not crawling on the floor in my pajamas.
That's a very good idea.
Okay, so guys, that's easy samosas, and as I said, at that stage, before the egg wash, you could freeze them if you wanted to, and then just cook them from frozen.
Oh.
Go on. Oh, nice and
Is it
crunchy.
yummy?
But yeah, invent your own things. My kids aren't really that into curry flavours, that's why I do the sweet potato or kumara and pineapple with cheese.
Yep.
Oh, it's good,
It
eh?
is very nice. Have a look. We posted up some pretty good video on the Taj Mahal and the spice market. So have a look back in our videos and on photos.
Yep.
It was very, very interesting. I highly recommend going to India to have a look around. Although it is easier to go to your supermarket and pick up some Mrs Rogers herbs and spices. It's a little bit of a long way to go and get some dried turmeric root to grind your own turmeric, when you can pop down to the supermarket and get them in one of our eco packs. So you can have some of that. So have a lovely day, everyone.
Happy World Samosa Day.
Yep. I think at the moment for me it's about
well, you're
it's,
4.5 hours behind, so it's
anyway. Yeah. All right.
It's not the right time. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And we're going to eat the samosas now.
Okay. Bye.